Welcome. In this lesson, we're going to build confidence with adding polynomials by focusing on one key idea, combining like terms. Whether you prefer working symbolically on paper or using visual tools like algebra tiles, the goal is the same, recognizing which terms belong together and knowing what to do with them. If polynomials have ever felt confusing or overwhelming, don't worry. By the end of this video, you'll see that adding polynomials is really just an organized version of something you already know how to do. So what does it actually mean to add polynomials? At its core, adding polynomials means combining like terms from two or more polynomial expressions. A helpful way to think about this is sorting. You group together things that match, and then you add them up. Here's the key idea. When we add polynomials, we do not change the variables or the exponents. The only thing that changes is the coefficient, which is the number in front of the variable. For example, when we add the expression 3x plus 5 and the expression 2x plus 7, we combine the x terms together and the constant terms together. The result is 5x plus 12. The structure stays the same, only the totals change. Same structure, just updated totals. This step is absolutely essential, knowing the difference between like terms and unlike terms. Like terms have the same variable raised to the same power. For example, 7x and negative 2x, 5x squared, and 3x squared, 4xy, and negative xy. These terms can be combined. Unlike terms, on the other hand, have different variables or different exponents, and they must stay separate. Examples include 3x and 3x squared, 2y, and 2x5 and 5x. A good rule to remember is this. If the variable part does not match exactly, you do not combine the terms. There is more than one good way to add polynomials, and that is a good thing. The horizontal method involves writing everything in one long expression and then grouping like terms together. This method works especially well for simpler expressions or when you are working quickly. The vertical method involves stacking the polynomials and lining up like terms in columns. X squared terms together, x terms together, and constant terms together. This method is especially helpful for longer expressions or when you want to avoid mistakes. Both methods lead to the same final answer. The best choice is the one that helps you stay organized and confident. Now let us introduce a powerful visual tool called algebra tiles. Algebra tiles represent polynomial terms using shapes. Large squares represent x squared, rectangles represent x, small squares represent 1. Tiles also use color to show positive and negative values. When a positive tile and a negative tile of the same type come together, they form what is called a zero pair, and they cancel each other out. This visual approach helps make abstract algebra ideas much more concrete and easier to understand. When adding polynomials using algebra tiles, the process follows a clear sequence. First, model each polynomial using the correct tiles. Next, bring all the tiles together into one workspace, then group like tiles, all x squared tiles together, all x tiles together, and all unit tiles together. After that, look for zero pairs. These are tiles of the same type but with opposite signs. Remove each zero pair. Finally, count the tiles that remain. These tiles represent your final polynomial. Let us look at a worked example. We are adding the polynomial 2x squared plus 3x minus 1 and the polynomial 1x squared minus 2x plus 4. First, we model each polynomial using algebra tiles. Next, we combine all the tiles and group like tiles together. When we do this, we find zero pairs among the x tiles and the constant tiles. After removing those zero pairs, we are left with 3x squared tiles, 1x tile, 3 unit tiles. This gives us a final answer of 3x squared plus 1x plus 3. Using tiles helps us see not just the answer, but why the answer makes sense. Now it is your turn to practice. Try adding the polynomial 4x squared minus 3x plus 5 and the polynomial negative 2x squared plus 7x minus 1. Press pause now and try this. You can use the horizontal method, the vertical method, or algebra tiles. Group like terms carefully and pay close attention to negative values. When you are finished, your result should be 2x squared plus 4x plus 4. Even experienced math students sometimes make mistakes when adding polynomials. Be careful not to combine unlike terms. Watch for negative signs, especially when adding constants. Remember that adding terms does not change the exponent, it only changes the coefficient. When using the vertical method, remember to leave space for missing terms so everything stays aligned. Avoiding these common errors will help you work more accurately.
Let us finish with the most important ideas to remember. Identify like terms by checking that variables and exponents match exactly. Add the coefficients only and keep the variable part unchanged. Choose the method that works best for you. Use algebra tiles to visualize grouping and zero pairs. With practice, combining like terms will become second nature. Keep working with different examples, and your confidence will continue to grow.